Hey guys, Noah here, and in today's video we are going camping about an hour and a half away from our house, heading up north to Crouch, Idaho. And I'm taking Bowie along with me. He whines when he's in the car, but he loves going. It's just a one night camp out. There'll be a hot springs there. I call it Crouch Hot Springs. I'm sure there's a local name for it. Rock Canyon, I think. I could be wrong. But we're going to camp there. Hot spring, fire, read a good book, the works. So that's what we're doing in today's video. And need to hit the road.
Shouldn't have to try. It's emancipation pain. The kind you pray.
Did you see him? Did you bark at him? Did you get him? So, we've run into a little bit of a problem. I know I was jumping the gun a little bit. The problem we've run into is the road was plowed all the way up until this point, and now it is not, and there is no way that my Mitsubishi is going to make it. If I had a snowmobile or four-wheeler, I'd definitely go for it, but our little Mitsubishi Outlander is not going to make it. That sucks. Well, back to the drawing board. As you all can see, there will be no hot springs this trip. The road is impassable. It's too far of a hike from here. We're still miles away. We don't have snowshoes. Bowie most certainly doesn't want to hike miles in the snow. So there was another road back there. I'm going to turn off of it and see if we can find a camping spot. This is all national forest land. We'll see if we can find something instead of turning around and going home and wasting all that time. This is the road. We are going to turn down it and see where it leads. There's a little wooden sign here, hard to read. It says parking area. Really, really hard to read. Something, something, parking area. So that leads me to believe that this is not a road at all, but a parking lot. They plowed it. But yeah, this just goes around in a circle. So since this is national forest land, we're going to stop here and see if we can find a place to camp. It's all legal to camp here, but we'll see if we can find a spot I don't have snowshoes. I'm not equipped to go hiking in a foot of snow, but if there's a place here near this parking lot, this parking area, we'll see what we can discover. Well, we're going to go back down the road and see if there's anything I missed, anything that I didn't see the first time because I was just planning on going up to the hot springs without a plan B. So I'm going to go look for a plan B. That doesn't stand for Plan Bowie. He's getting Nancy to get out of the car. Can you blame him? We got pulled over for speeding, didn't we, Bowie? He said I was doing 43 and a 35, but I literally set my cruise control at 40. Hopefully he lets us off with a warning, huh, boy? So the officer was really nice cop. Couldn't ask for a nicer cop. And he let us off with a warning. He said he was actually out looking for DUI drivers, drunk drivers. We do not fit that bill, and so he let us off with a warning. Very grateful for that. We just passed a sign a minute ago tops that said entering Boise National Forest again, so we're going to keep our eyes peeled. It's dark as hell, but we're going to keep our eyes peeled, see if we can find a Forest Service road or something that isn't in a foot of snow, and salvage this camping trip. So, crossing our fingers. The police officer made fun of Bowie and I for even attempting to go camping up at the hot springs that was the original plan. He mocked us, and we probably deserve it. Not Bowie. Bowie didn't deserve it, but I definitely did. So we continued up the highway going towards Loman, and there was a Forest Service road, and it looked kind of sketchy, but we tested it, took it, and we found something. Super excited, but we can't wait to get out of the car. And so it's not that far off the road, but we're gonna have to make some compromises. It's well past the time to compromise, so there's already a fire ring. I don't know if you can see that there. Bowie's just chomping at the bit to get out of the car because on the way up this forest road we saw 4 deer. We're going to set up camp and start a fire, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Quick update, tent is up, and this is where we'll be staying tonight. I'll show you more in the morning, but Bowie's been loving it. Been running around like a crazy person. Had to put him on his 20-foot tie down so he can go off chasing something in the dark. Isn't that right, Bowie? What are you doing over there? He's crazy. Good night, Bowie. Good morning. Bowie and I just crawled out of the tent, out of our sleeping bags, into the cold morning air. It's about 9 a.m. However, last night was daylight savings, and we sprung forward. So, it's really 8 a.m. according to our bodies. But, sun's up. Cloudy sky. Wasn't cloudy last night, but I wanted to show you guys the campsite in the daylight. Made Bowie this makeshift bed with the sun visor from the car and the car blanket. Tied him to a rock. Got some water there. Camping chair. Now this is my camping box. We keep 99% of our camping gear in there. from sleeping pads to hatchets to fire starter to cookware. I'll show you guys that in another video. And so we had a fire last night. We're going to make a fire this morning. Here's the tent. Here's where we slept. Got down to the 20s last night and came prepared for that. We're both dressed warm. Me in fleece and vests, and Bowie in his nice brown fur. Went to bed about 10 o'clock last night. Beautiful, beautiful night sky under the stars. And off in the distance we could hear an owl just hooing like crazy. And after that died down, a little bit later in the night, could hear coyotes howling at each other. And Bowie wanted to bark and howl back at them, but unfortunately, he is not a coyote. He wishes he was. Bowie, do you wish you were a wild coyote? Yeah, he does. But it was awesome. Those are the type of experiences you go camping for. We also think we heard some deer hanging out in our campsite last night. Here's the campsite. Now we're going to get a fire going, maybe eat some breakfast. Don't know what plans I have for today. We were going to go to a hot springs. I mean, this entire trip was planned around a hot springs. That was the to-do. So now that that's off the table, we'll find something else to do. Won't we, Bowie? Where'd you go? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. To all those outdoorsmen and women out there, you're going to call me a cheater, but I use these stormproof matches and these little fire starter nuggets from REI to start a fire. And I start a fire first time, every time. And we're going to get one going right now. Vegan cinnamon roll for breakfast. I'm eating breakfast. Bowie's eating breakfast. We're out in the wilderness, in the Ponderosas. A man and his dog eating breakfast together. We would make our fathers proud. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't have a zoom. Can you guys see those deer over there? Me talking to you just scared them, and now they're running up the hill. I hope this turns out. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 kind of grouped together, then 5th, the black sheep of the family. With a big old tail, the biggest tails I've ever seen on deer. Dogs have shorter tails. Look at that. I hope this turns out incredible. I'll have to look up what type of deer those are. Their tails wag. It's incredible. And Bowie's pissed he doesn't get to join the deer and become one of their brethren. Isn't that right? You don't want to go chase them, you want to go become one. Dear Bowie. Dear Bowie. I wanted to show you guys my Lucy Outdoor 2.0 inflatable solar light. Whenever we go camping, we put it on the dash, drive with it. It charges while we're driving to our destination, and then it lasts forever. I am just so impressed with how long it lasts. So I'll show you what it looks like inflated. So this is what it looks like inflated. I got mine for subscribing to Outside Magazine. It was a free perk, but it's got a handle on top, a handle on bottom, so you can hang it. It's got multiple settings. This is dim, and there's multiple settings of it. This is regular light, and there's multiple settings of it. We used it last night after dark. It got dark. Whew, it was dark before we arrived, so I used it all night. Used it this morning. Used it when I had to get up because Bowie was a bed hog all night. And so it worked on the one charge. Incredible. Recommend it to anybody. Bowie and I are packing up camp right now. And this is all the trash that we found. Not much at all. Huh, Bowie? So I'm happy for that. But remember, leave it better than you found it. So we'll be hauling this away with us. And, yeah. Are you ready to go, Bowie? Still gotta take down the tent. We are now packed up and leaving the campsite. We have stopped here at a boat loading ramp. It's closed for the season. There's a sign over there that says $3. That's only when it's in season. But we've stopped here and we're gonna do some fishing. You ready to go fishing, Bowie? You wanna catch a fish? Wanna catch a trout? A delicious trout? You want a trout? This is the South Fork of the Payette River near Crouch and Garden Valley. It runs into the Payette River in Banks, Idaho. And we're going to see if there's any brown trout in this bad boy. See if we can catch Bowie a fish. Now I'm just using a worm. I'm sure that there's more stuff that you can get that may be better, but I'm just using a good old night crawler. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a cool little creek coming out the side of the hill here and draining into the South Fork of the Payette. I wish it was hot water. Look at that Bowie. Living the life of luxury. I love to fish. However, I am not the world's best fisherman. I am not a very good fisherman. What are you doing off your leash? We didn't catch anything, Bowie. Hey, at least the snow makes a great pole holder. Well, you ready to leave, Bowie? So, yet again, no hot springs and no fish. Didn't catch anything, so been here for a while. Didn't get a nibble. Thought I had one. Probably wasn't. But we're going to pack up and start the drive home. We are done fishing, back to the car. Didn't catch a fish. So now we are going to start the drive home. Isn't that right, Bowie? He's ready to go home. He's ready to go home and see his kittens. You ready to go home and see your cats? And this is why you always go camping on a four-wheel drive. You can just do things two-wheel drive cannot. Okay, Bo, you check your side, I'll check mine. Am I good to go? On the road home.
Walk outside. The lake overlooks the side in your eye. Turn your head. There's nothing I could say to mend the heart that's broken in your chest.
So we just got home. It's about 2 o'clock, and that's it. That was the video. Thank you guys for watching, as always. You guys are awesome. I hope you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be doing more of this now that the weather's getting nicer. Though we camped in the snow, jumped the gun a little bit, but we'll be doing it more frequently now that it's getting nicer outside. And so thanks again. You guys are the best. And goodbye from Bowie. He's tuckered out. I am too. I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna unload and rest up. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.